Welcome to Robot House, where we're not a blue box run by a madman, but we could be.
I feel like I am, but I'm not a man. But we'll get into that later.
Yes. Well, of course, if you're not a man, you're not welcome on. No, I'm kidding. No, not welcome to the
Don't
dark.
get me started already.
We're joined by a new co-host today, Joe, my dear friend, who I've been trying to get on for ever. But
And, when you travel in the universe, it's kind of,
yes,
time doesn't mean anything.
yes. Though in our case, it's just we've both been horribly busy, and our schedules never sync up. We're going to talk a little Doctor Who today,
Yay, Doctor Who!
which is also something I've been trying to do for a while. I wanted to have more ladies on for this, but I don't know that many, and they all work full-time jobs. So
Yeah, yeah. I last time I checked, I was a lady,
yes,
so that helps.
the Queen herself knighted you.
Yes, sure, we'll go with that.
Are you telling me I've been telling people this? And
Hey, whatever you infer from my conversations is on you.
I just assumed. I saw that sword. But enough silliness. We are, of course, both knights of the whatever table Queen Elizabeth uses. Probably a little one for her corgis to jump up on. uh, but yeah, let's. Joe might not know this, but our off-topic tangents are part of the show. So,
Actually, I'm just getting you.
Oh, thank God.
Yes.
I have ADD. I'm gone.
oh yeah, we'll go off tangent a lot,
I've already started baking a cake while we're doing this.
which is a triumph in itself because you're in an Xbox. So I assume you're wheeling around a TV on a cart.
Wireless controllers. They
Ah.
broadcast everywhere.
There
I
you
hope.
go. You should be fine.
If I cut out, that means I caught the house on fire. Call the authorities.
Well, you viewers shouldn't call the authorities because this will have happened like 3 days ago. But I'll make sure to.
Yeah, I leave that on you. You had to call the authorities.
Yes, well, I do have my phone right here, so we'll be good. So, real quick, a little background on Doctor Who. It's split into two eras. The original series, which was, I don't know how to describe it. It was less of what we would think of as a modern TV show, and more of a serial format. It started in the 60s.
Yeah, the very original, like the first, kind of had like a old school Twilight Zone-y feel.
Yeah, it was an educational show at first, and then, like most things the British do, it shifted into a romping adventure series. No one seemed to care because it's been on the air for 60 years. I haven't seen a lot of the old series. I've tried. It's it didn't have much of a budget back in the day.
Yeah, it was
A lot
a
of
little difficult.
curtains.
I haven't seen it all. I've just kind of dabbled, so I'm probably a terrible Whovian for that. But I have read stuff.
The books. The books are apparently a lot easier to find because back in the 60s, they didn't care about television and didn't think it needed to be preserved. So they
Yeah.
re-recorded everything. And there were no VCRs. So there are just hundreds of hours of Doctor Who that don't exist anymore. They do have
I know.
they do have the audio
Hmm.
for some, which I think they should just use and animate them or something.
That would be really awesome.
As long as it's better than those two specials they did with Tennant.
Yeah, those were a bit of a
They
bomb.
were so ugly I couldn't
agree.
even watch them.
Yeah. And I think Tennant's attractive, but cartoon form, I'm just like, no.
Yeah, he doesn't really make the transition to animation well. Let's see, there we go. There's not much. I know I've watched A Little Baker. I really think he's my favorite of the old Doctors.
Yeah, he was definitely interesting.
He's a big goof. I watched this one. It was about fake Mona Lisas, and it was more like a crime drama until the end when it's because an alien at the beginning of Earth's history got blown up and split across time. So you have Leonardo da Vinci make like 6 Mona Lisas so he could sell them in the future because he's existing across time. So there's a future him and a past him. So in the future he sells them after stealing the real one. And they're all by Leonardo, so of course they'll all check out as real. And he uses them to build a machine that will put him back together.
That makes total sense.
It does somehow, and it's just utter nonsense.
I think the British are exceptionally good at making utter nonsense make sense
It's true.
in a weird way.
It's because of all those smokestacks, I think.
I don't know. Like, I have British friends, and they have the best insults. And I'm like, how did you put this together? I need this in my life.
I have a British cousin. I didn't get to spend much time with him, but he seemed like a nice guy. He did not like most of us, though. I can't blame him. He found out that he was well, I guess he knew his father was in the military. It's a long story, but anyway, he wasn't from Pittsburgh, so
Yeah, my British
acquired taste.
me and my British friends sometimes clash because I'll be like, oh yeah, I just made myself some tea. And they're like, oh, nice. I was like, yeah, I just microwaved it for a minute. And they're like,
Oh,
what?
no, Joanna,
What did you
no.
do?
Even I know not to do that.
I'm a single mom. I've only got a minute,
I'm
okay?
gonna buy you a tea kettle maker or something.
Do you know how long that it just, no.
No, it's a little
You get
machine.
you
You
get the-
plug it in. It takes 5 minutes to boil the water.
That's 5 minutes. I've got 1 minute.
Fair enough.
Before everything explodes. I keep this universe together. Very, very tight-knit schedule.
I should probably mention, if you guys hear any laughing in the background, that should be both of your kids, right?
Yeah, they're gaming right now next to me,
Okay.
so...
So yeah, I'll try to get some of it, but just if anyone's curious why there's just random children laughing.
We now film in front of a live studio audience.
We're filming in
No.
we're in Silent Hill.
No,
No. So, I don't know.
that's when you scream, not your nipples. Not my nipples! No!
Do you know the real Silent Hill is in Pennsylvania?
Hey, I know. I want to go... I have this weird obsession with Pyramid Head, but at the same time, the titty
Oh, he's not
twister
there,
of
but you
doom
could
is
fall into a
awful.
fire pit and die.
Yeah, that's not on my schedule.
Also, I
Gotta
don't-
not.
there's just
fall
an
into
area
it.
on the map that's called undocumented territory or something. It's an old town where the coal mine exploded.
I do want to get like a big statue of Pyramid Head and just like wander around with it and terrify people. That would be great. Have the Silent Hill soundtrack playing in my trench coat.
That would be expensive, but worth it.
Yeah,
Especially
totally.
in
Anyway,
your town.
anyway, Doctor Who. Yeah,
See, you're bringing us back on subject.
there we go.
There's not much else to say. Let's see. I tried to watch all the multiple Doctor specials they had. Those were fun. But yeah, the old series doesn't really do much for me. I did, as a kid, watch the Fox movie that was meant to bring the series to America,
Boy, stop it.
and I didn't like it. I feel bad for Paul McGann. He's an official Doctor. He just he got boned.
Yeah. Yeah, I think most people should probably start with the newer series
Yeah.
because it's just easier to get into, and then once you're a hooked fan, go back, and then you can appreciate it more.
Yeah.
In
Well,
my opinion.
Yeah, even now, I don't think I could tell somebody to start with season 9 or the Ninth Doctor because that is some 2000 level nonsense.
What? I loved it.
They play Britney Spears Toxic in the second episode.
I know, it was so funny. It was great. I
No
was cracking
child
my butt
today
up.
would get that joke. I don't
It's fine. I
think
get
it
it.
this way. None of your children were alive when that aired.
Were they? I don't know.
No, I don't think so.
I
Maybe
have
wrong.
no idea of Britney Spears timeline, so
Well, no,
I
the
have no
Toxic
authority
was like
to make a
98.
comment. Really? I was 9? Are you sure?
I'm almost positive.
Because I don't think I even discovered who Britney Spears was until I was 9.
Well, I was a teenage boy at the time, so let's see.
Oh, I see.
2003. And I think New Who was 2004. So, yeah, I don't think you would have had your kids yet. Maybe
Okay, yeah,
wrong.
2003. I don't know.
Yeah. So, but think about that. They'll never know what Britney Spears Toxic is. They're never going to be like, hey, Ma, do you have the old Britney albums?
I hope not, if I raised them correctly.
Like, I envy them because they don't know who Britney Spears is.
They're so innocent.
But that's how old that show is now, and we might
But
not notice it.
I liked it because I felt you like, I don't know, maybe because I'm like, worked retail jobs and stuff like
Yeah.
that. I was like Billy Piper and Rose. I was like,
Yeah.
oh look, it's just a retail girl. And all of a sudden,
Rose was custom designed for a certain kind of woman to really, really emphasize with her.
the kind that are a great personality, but they were never able to go to college.
Basically.
That was a lot of fun and cry at the same time. But anyway,
I got Mickey, so I think you went out.
yeah, poor Mickey. It's like
Mickey got
they
to go
tried
on
so
all these crazy adventures, lose 2 grandmas, and then settle for Martha.
Yeah, I really didn't like Martha, and I wanted to like Martha because I'm like, oh yeah, smart, savvy girl, but she just came off as
It
too
was just another
snobby.
girl who loved the Doctor. We'll get to 10 in a minute, but I do want
Yeah,
to talk
anyway.
a little bit about
Yeah,
9 only
Eccleston.
had 1 season. He was my favorite Doctor for a while, though.
Well, I liked him because it's like you could tell he had some terrible PTSD issues from the war,
He did show that very well.
and I liked how he was serious and crazy when it was the appropriate times, but at the same time he was at least attempting to be a good person.
Yeah. Also, in retrospect with the movie, now we know that he doesn't remember how he was going to end the Time War.
Yeah.
So, like, he has a big gap in his memory he can't explain. And his more manic moments make more sense now.
Yeah, he just has this obsessive hate for the Daleks that, like, he's literally, like, foaming at the mouth at that one scene, and I'm like, ah!
And that never really goes away. I like that. Like, he never stops hating them.
Yeah.
But, I gotta say, he probably, even though the stuff that led up to it was kind of, I didn't like the King Dalek and how he kind of left Earth to recover from all that.
Yeah, and that whole tree flirtation thing kind of was like, really?
Russell T. Davies really wants to have sex with an alien. That's the showrunner for that season.
I know, right?
He just like, I'll make as many female aliens as possible. But it totally worked to get Rose to like him, though. I guess. I think Rose was going to like him regardless.
Well, yeah.
Figure.
I mean, especially a decently attractive, all-powerful type guy pops into your life with a blue box to take you across the universe. I mean, I'm already in love.
Yes. There's good stuff in that first season. I think overall the message was kind of messed up.
Yeah, they were definitely trying it out, seeing how it was going to go, and then they really started getting in with their more, I don't know, upbuilding / societal messages.
Like he had maybe 2 or 3 really clear arcs, and 9 they were just kind of feeling out what the series should be.
Right. But I was so sad when he was gone, and like I had to take a break. And this is one thing that Who fans always do, is they hate the new Doctor. No matter what, they hate him at first.
They do.
And then by the time they're done, they're like, wait a minute, no, bring them back.
They still say that for Tennant.
Well, yeah, Tennant was, I don't know.
But I marathoned it, so I didn't have that whiplash. Because I wanted to start with 11, who had just
Twilight Sparkle
who just started.
Thing.
You started with 11?
I didn't start with 11, but he had just come in, and I'm like, yeah, I might as well start this now. So I marathoned through what was ever on Netflix at the time.
It's all right, though. My mom, I just got her to be a Whovian, and she started with Capaldi.
That's not a bad place to start.
No, I figured that way we can both, fangirl over a guy in a decent age range from us.
He's 56.
Like...
No, you know what? I think he's like 60 now.
That's my dream. My dreams don't care, Jason. My dreams don't care.
It's fine.
The Doctor's the Doctor, and he's gonna be there.
Okay. But I think 11 and 12 especially were meant to be reboots. You don't really need to know much about the old series. 10 kind of requires stuff about 9.
Yeah, especially the relationship stuff with Rose.
Mhm.
And the sadness. There's so many sad episodes.
I had a
But
friend
just-
call me.
Oh.
She just started. She called me and was crying because I told her that something about Rose. It was Canary Bay. She had just finished watching that,
Mhm.
the Cybermen thing, and she's like, "How can you tell me this ends well?"
And it kind of does in a way. I don't want to put too many
That's what I
spoilers in
said.
there.
I didn't want to ruin it for her.
Not
but-
really for the Doctor, but for
Oh, it
Rose it
never
is.
ends well for him.
No, part of the whole show is watching him suffer.
Especially 9 and 10. The Doctor does some pretty questionable things and leaves some people in
Yeah.
some really horrific circumstances.
I know. He changes that one timeline and like just kills people, and he's like, "Oh, I did a bad thing."
I can't remember her name. The lady who was Prime Minister. He completely destroyed her life.
Oh, something. Oh, Harriet
Harriet Jones. That's it. No?
Jones. There we go.
Something like that. And the running joke was that she told people who she was. And then she was Prime Minister of a country. So of course everyone knew who she was.
I know.
And then the Daleks kill her. I didn't like that storyline at all. I think that was complete. I guess that was to show you that 10 was really too much of an egotistical guy for his own good.
Yeah, I didn't like that arc either, where Martha was running around trying to keep people hopeful
Oh,
and
that
stuff.
was so bad.
And then Tint was like a little Voldemort baby, and I'm like, what is this nonsense?
That's what I want to bring up. The 9 and 10 series, really like crappy CGI, like way too much. And there's a lot of it in 9, like those gargoyle things that never come back.
Oh, I totally forgot about them.
Yeah, everyone does, but he's touched himself in the past a lot.
He's touched himself in the past a lot.
Well, if Rivers can be believed.
Oh, okay. I'm done.
But yeah, you'll notice that once 10 leaves, there's a lot less bad CGI.
Okay, I'm not done. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
Okay.
That's what I think another thing that ages the show. Like the Harry Potter level special effects.
Well, you gotta remember, just about 90% of the actors that live in, Britain and London and stuff were in Harry Potter. If you were in
True.
Harry Potter or The Hobbit, they don't feel like they accomplished anything.
Well, I
I've
found
heard
they
that
didn't
said
have to
by
use
some
Dobby
of
as the Doctor.
Yeah.
That whole thing made no sense. I'm going to take
I
away
did
your
like-
regenerations.
I did like the Master was kind of cool. The whole stuff, like some of the
Johnson.
stuff with him, but I like where it's gone recently with Missy more than I liked
I've
the
yeah,
Master.
I like Missy a lot more too. I've looked back, and the Master was never like as crazy as Sims. Not Chris Sims, John Sims. He was just flat out a maniac, and I think
Yeah.
that obviously
But-
they had an idea of where that was going, but
There's something about a girl that makes things go from maniac to just lovably psycho.
well, I don't want to. I guess it doesn't matter. It's happened already. She was recovering from a severely inflicted mental illness, and I think she didn't know quite how to act.
Mm-hmm.
So she kind of flipped between calculating master and zany master,
Mm-hmm.
and I like that. I think.
We totally skip so much stuff. We're just like going back.
Well, I think if you're talking about the master, you have to talk about Missy now. But I mean,
Though it's almost appropriate that we go back and forth.
yeah. I mean, there's no hard. We never stay on show notes. I should probably have told you that in advance. It's fine if we jump around a bit.
Way to give me a schedule and then freak me out that I'm not on the schedule, Jason.
I'm sorry. I know no one listens to this, but I thought you might know.
Nah, I can't because of kids. I can't
No,
listen to
it's all on
anything
YouTube
but
anyway.
screaming
It's fine.
and pain. And...
Someday I'll get
Anyway.
to a streaming thing. But yeah, I think the Martha seasons were pretty bad, but we got Sarah Jane back. I like Sarah Jane.
Oh yeah, I liked her, and I know a lot of people don't, but I loved Donna. I felt like
I don't know how anyone could not love Donna. She was perfect.
she was almost like me because my response to situations is to crack terrible jokes constantly.
I like she's the only one who develops of a 10's companions. She has an arc. The other two.
And she wasn't all
Don't
up in his
change.
grill.
It's also important to note Martha and Rose are rewarded for staying basically the same.
Yeah.
And Donna is punished very severely for becoming a better person,
Yeah.
which is really messed up.
Yeah.
Poor Wilf. I feel so bad for him. He was the best companion, Wilf, Donna's grandfather.
I know. Oh god. And then we might as well just go ahead and
Yeah, because we're
like,
almost done with 10. I don't think there's a lot to
yeah,
say about
so
it.
his death and everything. And I'm just like, why? Why?
As
And
I,
then we see River Song for the first time in the library.
Yeah,
And you don't know how sad that is until later.
yeah. Somebody
But-
tried to work together a timeline that you can watch in order from her perspective,
Mm-hmm.
but there's still a huge amount of gaps that we'll probably never
Yeah,
see.
and she's returning again.
He's gone.
So, and also there's John Barrowman who was in there,
Oh yeah,
and he
we
got his
almost forgot about
immortality.
Captain Jack. He, because of Torchwood, and less
I
said
love
about
him.
Torchwood, the better. He
I
doesn't really come
accidentally
back
touched
as much.
his butt at a convention because
Oh,
I
I
couldn't
don't
see in
think
my
he would.
armor.
I
And he
don't
turned
think-
around and he was like, "I'm a married woman. Text me later." Like some crap like that. And I was just like, "Oh my god, it's Captain Jack!"
He's really fun. I do like the Barrowman. Though he's really a small part of the show.
Yeah, he's a small part of the show, but then he got Torchwood, so.
And I'm really mad because of Arrow. He couldn't come back and be decapitated and become the face of Bo. He was supposed to come back for that episode instead of the blue guy.
Yeah, the
that-
face of Bo.
That's the
That was
biggest
such a
unsolved
revelation
mystery.
episode. Like, I saw the behind the scenes, and David Tennant like ran to his trailer like John, read the script, and like sat there waiting expectantly till he got to the part, and then they just looked at each other like, oh.
I like that they hint about that, and that would have been the outright confirmation, and it makes a lot of sense.
Well, yeah. Well, the whole theory about it is, those monks decapitated Jack, and because that's where River got her teleporter wrist thingy,
Yeah,
and that's where it came from.
I think
and
that's
where he
what
started
he was
becoming
trying to
Lucifer.
be, and then he'd have Jack's head with him while he was running around time on his grand tour or whatever.
Well, Jack ran around with his hand, so
I guess that's fair.
Yeah.
But he needed it
So-
because it detected the doctor for some reason.
yeah. But I like how nobody questioned the hand too until finally it's like you see him in Doctor Who and he's got that hand and you're like, what?
That's the beauty of their long game sometimes. Like when 11 people got all mad that he was wearing the wrong outfit in a scene, and then at the end of the season you find out why he was wearing the wrong outfit. I love how they do that stuff.
Yeah. And like 11 Matt Smith, I didn't get as attached to Matt Smith as some people, though I really did love the Pawns and I loved River. I think I liked more of the supporting actors than I really liked Matt Smith.
I like Matt Smith. I think because he's the first Tennant really got into it, and he was less alien, and 9 wanted to be with
I
people.
almost feel like Matt Smith was just a little bit handicapped though.
I think that he was playing it as a guy who really wanted to distance himself from everything. He was tired. He knew he was at the end,
True.
but he
True.
kept finding himself being drawn to these people.
It's just the static killer, okay?
And
So, yeah, and the whole fish finger and custard thing makes me angry though. That's just disgusting. I've tried
it's
it.
just
Don't do it.
Oh, of course, don't eat that. I think that was to make him as alien as possible. Like old people eat weird things. Like, have you ever heard of aspic?
No.
That's Jello and meat bits,
What?
right?
I mean, Jello is bone marrow and everything,
Theoretically,
but
right? Theoretically, it makes
still.
sense, but no, don't ever eat that anymore.
No.
And it's meat flavored Jello.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
great. I'm gonna roll that into the Soylent Green category and leave it there.
Don't look at old cookbooks, everyone. You'll find horrible things. But I think that was to sell him as an old guy who would like weird things.
Yeah,
Like
but
he
then
liked
like,
fezzes and cowboy
yeah,
hats.
but I really did love the end with the Pawns and then River Song and how that developed. I really did love
People
that.
are really angry about that, and they're right. I think that stole something from the Pawns.
No, the TARDIS basically had a baby. That was so cool. And my daughter
Not
looks
that.
like River
No,
Song.
I mean the actual
so.
the actual ending of the pawns, like that they get stuck in the
Oh,
past.
yeah, it was kind of lackluster and just
I
sad.
think because they cut the scene where their son goes to meet his grandfather. I guess they couldn't get the actor who played. Can't think of his name right now. I want to say Arthur, but that's the actor's name. Rory's dad. I liked Rory's dad in the one episode he was in.
Hmm.
But I think, did you see that ever? It was on the DVDs. You know how Don't Blink had all those notes?
Uh-huh.
And I think this was Moffat trying to cap the angels, but he decided to bring them back. So he gets a note from this guy, Rory's dad, and it's the standard, "Goodbye, Dad, you'll never see me again. I'm sorry."
Yeah, I didn't like how in the show they didn't cap that because his dad was really cool.
Yeah.
I see a puppet.
And then at the end of the note, he's like, "But here's your grandson. I'm sorry he's 50." But and then they hug. And I
They
think
said that they weren't able to have any more children.
they adopted. I assume.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
Yeah. I imagine Rory, with his like future medical knowledge, would have been a really
Yeah, he was
rich
totally probably
doctor.
already a doctor because
Yeah.
they didn't really do much. It was like, oh, you're just a doctor now. Go ahead.
We know Amy wrote.
Yeah.
River apparently could go back to see them all the time. I don't know why she could have just zapped them back to the present. But what are you gonna do?
Yeah. Somebody brought out the point like they couldn't go there, but why couldn't they go 50 miles from there and drive?
That's what I said.
Yeah. So there, I don't know. Timey-wimey. You know?
That's why I think it would have been better if they decided to just stop traveling with the doctor. But I can see where that would be hard to write well,
Yeah.
and it wouldn't be as dramatic as what they did. So I'm fine with it in the end.
Yeah, and then I didn't really like I have mixed feelings on Clara. I mean, when she
Clara,
first came,
until after they resolve the Impossible Girl stuff, is intolerable to me. I didn't even remember her name.
yeah, I was like, what is this? This is nonsense.
After the
And-
movie, she's much better.
Yeah, after they resolved that, she's better. I also like in between the movie where like they showed the doctor that wasn't really the doctor
War Doctor.
and how
versus,
Gallifrey ended and Bad
Family.
Wolf.
Mhm.
Bad Wolf was so cool.
Yeah, well, that wasn't really Bad Wolf though. That was the Cube, right?
Yeah, but it was sentient because of Bad Wolf,
Oh, well,
if that makes any sense.
I'll
So it's
have
like
to rewatch
Rose
the
did
movie,
all
it's been
this
a
stuff that's still coming up.
probably
It
not
wasn't really
anymore.
Rose. It was kind of like the Rose slash the TARDIS
It was
creating
God
a
Rose.
baby that exploded.
It's complicated what happened to Rose.
Yeah, yeah.
Exploded into many diapers.
I'm leaving that in.
Yeah, my kids have their own theories.
But yeah, I think that wrapped up everything pretty well.
Yeah,
Bad.
I didn't like the whole Christmas town thing at the end of Matt Smith's.
They had to do a Christmas special. They're obligated, apparently.
I know, but it was so it was
town
just
called
campy
Christmas.
and ridiculous.
Well, that's every. You know what? I've watched a lot of BBC shows. Every Christmas thing is campy and ridiculous. I don't think they can do a like normal show with just Christmas stuff in it.
Maybe.
Also, I
But
didn't like
anyway,
that it was
I
always night in the town. That really.
I mean, I did like how they found out about Gallifrey and the other
Mhm.
dimension and the whole, giving them more regenerations. That was cool.
Yeah. Well, they had to think of a way around that. So Moffat's like, you know what? He used them all up. This will be the last Doctor. And then we can start fresh with a new guy. Because he thought he was leaving. They're like, stay on one
Mhm.
more year. We'll let you pick the new Doctor.
And the fans are like, no, this is not allowed.
They got really mad about Capaldi initially.
I like Capaldi. I mean, at first, like the
I
first two
recall a
episodes-
text from you that said, I don't know about this new Doctor. I need a young Doctor for specific things. in quotes.
well, I've already explained it doesn't matter apparently to my dreams.
There
But
you go.
the problem I had the first two episodes of Capaldi, I could not understand his accent. I had to
does-
have on subtitles.
It is pretty thick. I guess I'm used to accents, so I kind of...
It toned down, and like I can do British accents, I can do all sorts of accents, but his was like some weird British Scottish broke thing, and I'm like, what is this madman saying? Slow down.
I think part of it was that was what he was going for.
yeah.
Because he definitely he enunciates more as he goes on. But I think those first two episodes were him purposely acting manic because he didn't know what was going on. He'd never regenerated fresh like this before. I don't like that they shoved in his character from that Venice episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, not Venice.
But I like Capaldi. A lot of Capaldi's other stuff too. He is hilarious.
Yeah, he's a really great actor. I'm interested in what he's going to do next.
It was
knows
cool
Craig
how they
Ferguson.
brought on what's her name from Game of Thrones?
Maisie something.
Maisie, there we go. They brought on Maisie. I liked her character with
It was
Capaldi.
okay, but I don't know.
How
maybe
she
because
ended
was, like,
up though,
15.
that last episode with her was just kind of like, what is happening?
That was
And what was the point of that box thing? They still haven't explained it. Like, what did he do when he finally went to Gallifrey? It took the long way or whatever. What happened?
Well, I can explain all that. So I guess we're gonna skip Missy and the Cybermen real fast. We'll get back to that. So the watch that was in the box was supposed to be his confessional. Like a Time Lord would,
Right.
I guess, say his deepest, darkest secrets and put them in the watch, and only whoever he chose would get to open it. The Time Lords, because they're monsters, needed to know whatever this hybrid prophecy was, because as we know, prophecies work out so well for them. So they trapped him in a castle until he confessed to whatever it is he knew. But because he's the Doctor, he figured this out almost immediately, and he basically punched his way out.
I
for
mean, I
Loneliness.
remember that episode and everything, but when he got out of it, he just like puts on those shades and was like, all right, let's go. And then I was like, what does that even mean?
He walked to apparently the only city on Gallifrey.
Yeah, I wish I would have seen like what happened when he went there. Like,
Oh, he didn't go there. The next episode takes up. He gets to the barn, where apparently all of his pivotal life events happen, and Claire scars him for life. Which is still my favorite episode.
oh yeah.
The Doctor's like, why does everyone have a memory of somebody touching them?
Yeah.
Oh, because of you,
That was
Doctor.
such a messed up episode.
We still don't know if that was a kid or that was a monster behind them in the blanket.
Yeah, we don't know.
We'll never know. So creepy.
And that romance with Clara was sad, and then the Cybermen and Missy, and then he brings back that kid he accidentally killed.
I liked that the Missy thing was kind of circular, and we find out how she got the Cyberman.
Yeah.
I've never seen a Cyberman in here.
But
Well, tell Brom he's lucky because Cybermen convert children first.
oh yeah, let's just scar my child some more. I do that on my own perfectly well, thank you.
Well, he has to know to run, especially now that they can wear socks instead of metal helmets.
Except if you're the father of that like demon baby.
Yeah, so much weird stuff.
I know, right? And like, I feel bad for anybody listening to this who doesn't watch Doctor Who because they're gonna have no idea. They're like, "What
Yeah.
nonsense are you speaking?"
We can talk forever about this show. It's just so many weird tangents.
I know.
But yeah, the first half of 12's run was really good, and I think Clara became his companion. I don't really think of her as Eleven's.
Yeah, me either.
She was Eleven's
And
mystery.
even though he went naked to her family's Thanksgiving.
Well, that's because he forgot to set his hologram.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
it was
cry every
just-
time her grandmother talks about how she met her grandfather when I watch that. Because, like, I don't think Clara loved the Doctor like that. Or if she did, she only thought she did. But I think that really sums up how she feels about him.
Mhm.
And then she just hears the TARDIS and runs.
Yeah.
I like-
At least
that's not
she
Day of the
died.
Doctor,
I was
that's,
glad she died. It was very lackluster, but she's dead.
Well, she's alive forever until she decides to go back. Which still leaves poor me alone with the TARDIS.
And then what else?
I think that's it for 11. 12 we can talk about. I kind of wish he'd stay. I understand
Yeah.
they need to start fresh.
Yeah, it would be nice to have another season with him.
There's always audiobooks. I hear those are pretty good sometimes.
Yeah.
I liked Bill a lot.
I do too. I don't know, I like her.
She was kind of like
This-
Rose, working class, couldn't get into college.
Hmm.
And then she got the doctor's scholarship.
And then they really showed, like, you know, having a blatantly homosexual character was good. I like that.
Well, I guess Jack doesn't really count, but yeah.
He was everything sexual.
That's actually canon. That's literally canon. Humans apparently developed the ability to have sex with anything
Yeah.
in his era.
And even have babies.
I don't like because they use the
he talked
pheromone
about being
thing.
he talked about being pregnant, and then he got pregnant again as the face of Bo. So
They call
Jack-
his children bokine, though, so I assume he had enough that there was a species and it died out. So that's kind of weird. But good on him. Good on him for figuring out a way to do that with no body.
Congratulations. I don't want that to ever happen. If I'm just a giant head, please don't ever get me pregnant. Anybody, please.
I don't even want to know how he got to that point, but we'll just assume that if a human lives a certain time, their head becomes
Would he just
giant.
vomit them out? Like
I don't
like,
want to know.
some kind of weird Greek god? Blah, there's a kid.
Maybe that's what the hair was. Those were just his
Jumped from
virgin
the
claws.
forehead like Athena.
Maybe. We'll get back to this in a separate Captain Jack episode. Where we talk about how terrible Torchwood was.
I liked Torchwood. It was cute.
It was clearly from somebody who had a thing for bad sci-fi costumes and cosplay
Well,
sex.
British is like known for bad sci-fi costumes.
But
That's
I
almost
really-
like their brand.
I guess, but I gotta tell you that was uncomfortable watching that show.
But then, like you said, I like Bill. I like her a lot.
Mhm.
I'm sad to think how they're going to end things.
Well, I'm glad that she gets to say goodbye. She thought she was leaving him in the TARDIS.
Yeah, the whole
So-
cast hated her, so I'm surprised she's not leaving.
Did they really?
Yeah, I saw tons of articles about how they hated her.
I don't
Of course,
really
it could
buy
just be
those.
articles. I wasn't there, so...
There was a lot of stuff from Karen Gillan started that she had like a nervous breakdown. She was crying in the hallway. And I'm like, well, she seems pretty well adjusted right now, so I'm gonna take that with a grain of salt. British tabloids hate the BBC though,
Yeah.
because they're all conservative, and in their point of view, a neutral broadcast organization is progressive. Even though legally they're neutral, they aren't allowed to take political stances.
But
or
they totally do, though. They
No,
totally
they do.
do.
They're allowed to if they air equal time,
Yeah.
but you can't give equal time to both
Overall,
sides.
though, I really love the messages
Mhm.
the last 3 or
Marvel
so
was fun,
doctors
too.
have
Yeah.
had. You know, like, you're important no matter who you are,
Mhm.
and you know,
If
it's
you-
not
if your-
about
if your parents give
it's
you a
not about
leaf,
if you're an
you
alien,
can kill an
what your
alien.
sexual preference, gender, whatever it is,
Mhm.
you're
Well,
important.
a
I
lot
like
of people
that.
give Moffat flack, and I'm like, you know what? He's like a 50-year-old dude, and he's trying, which is pretty much all you can ask from a guy that age.
Jeez, it's kind of harsh. I'm glad my mom went upstairs. If she heard you say that, she'd be like, "Who's this dude?
Well, no,
We're gonna kill him."
they call him sexist, and they call him a lot of stuff because they think like the fact. I guess because Sherlock got weird, but I mean,
I like Sherlock.
if you compare
It did
his
get
stuff
weird.
to the first run, he's a much better writer. He's more consistent. I think he just uses Sherlock to troll people.
Yeah,
I don't think he actually cares anymore because he was done with Sherlock in season 2.
yeah, and it really should have ended there. But fans,
They were mad.
I became disinterested in Cumberbatch after he got married. I can't really get too hyped up about dudes who are married.
It's true. Also, once they have children, his wife is going to eat his head. Because he's a praying mantis. Yeah.
Oh.
It's in Revelations, people. No, but no, I think I'm gonna miss Moffat when he goes. Like, if you want to complain about his writing, it's fine. River had some issues here and there, but I liked her overall.
Mhm.
And if you can't be indulgent as a showrunner, I don't know. When can you be indulgent?
Yeah, and then, I mean, is there anything else you wanted to cover before we get on to the upcoming Doctor?
I don't know. I really like the last Christmas special with River and the Doctor, but there's not much to say there. River could get
Yeah.
her own podcast. She might
Yeah,
someday.
right?
I love.
I
have a
was
crush
just
on
happy
Alex
that they got time together.
I love that they pulled that 20 24 years.
Something like that. But I was just like, oh, he's so sweet.
Mhm. That speech.
And he still wears his wedding ring, and he still has a picture of her on his desk.
Yeah.
And then that one episode when he saw her grave, and she was like there in kind of spirit. And she's like, "Oh, he doesn't listen to me," and he's like, "I always hear you." And I was just like,
They don't
I'm
explain
dead.
it. In
I was romantically dead.
They don't really explain it in Time with the Doctor, but that's how Amy got to say goodbye. That dream conference call thing, because it's always on for him.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of mean that he never said anything.
I know that is kind of messed up, but at the same time, I'm glad he eventually
I
acknowledged
guess
her.
I get why he doesn't. It must hurt him too much.
Yes, so I'm going to hurt you back. Take that.
Well, her speech pretty much sums up how she thinks the Doctor feels about her.
Mm-hmm.
The roots of the sunset. Or should I consult the stars? I love that.
It was very poetic.
It's like
And
I love
badass
when she realizes
because she's
Capaldi's the Doctor. She's like, oh,
I know,
no.
that was so
What have
funny.
I
She
done?
didn't know he's the doctor, and he kept trying to be like,
Because in a lot of ways, she really is still just an 18-year-old kid. Though I guess she's
Well, we
like,
don't really know how old she is.
well, she ages in real time. But after she regenerates, she goes younger.
Yes, but the doctor has given her a couple of boosts here and there.
True. Let's say she's about 400.
I'd assume like 100.
Somewhere
Ish.
around there.
Because, you never want to overguess a girl's age.
True.
And who knows how long she spent in prison.
Oh, I don't think she ever did now. I think because after he wraps all that up, he erases his existence and they let her out. So she...
I don't even want to think about that.
Yeah, it's a time headache. But
Time headache.
But we still don't know how yet.
That's gonna be the title of my new techno songs.
Yeah.
It's like time headache.
I kind of hope that River comes back to meet 13, but she belongs to Moffat, sort of. So I can see he closed that pretty well.
Well, it was funny when the new Doctor was announced. She was like, "Ooh, I'm robbing the cradle again." I was like, "I love you."
But then she goes to Amy. She's like, "He's so old. You have to remember that."
Yeah.
But she knows.
Mhm.
I'll miss her. I kind of wish she was getting a spinoff, but oh well. But let's move on. So Capaldi's last episode is a Christmas special where he meets the first Doctor,
Mm-hmm.
and presumably he regenerates that episode. But that seems to be their tradition now.
Yeah.
But we don't know for sure.
We don't know, but we do know who the new Doctor is going to be.
Yes, we do. Forrest Whitaker's sister, Jodie Whittaker.
Yes. And so many people are upset. But I have a
Well-
nice little rant prepared for that.
Good. I'd like to hear it. No,
Okay.
in no way did we discuss this beforehand.
All right, so, okay, Doctor Who, at least since the reboot with Eccleston and everything, all throughout the show, it's like, okay, we're going to bang trees, we're going to bang
Mhm.
cats, we're going to have cat people and tree people. This person's attracted to this person's attracted to that girl's banging this guy's banging that. Hedda Bow is pregnant, okay? They have all these episodes about being accepting of all this. And, even most recently with Bill Potts being a lesbian.
Yeah.
And then Missy doing the sex change regeneration.
No one, by the way,
And-
cared about Missy. Not one thing online.
What?
Oh, I'm sorry.
You interrupted my rant!
No, I'm sorry. I just wanted to say that no one complained about Missy. They were fine
Yeah,
with her.
nobody complained about Missy. Nobody complained about most of that stuff that I'd seen. However, all of a sudden, the Doctor is going to have something different between her legs, which isn't even confirmed. You don't know what they're going to do with that. But she is going to be a she,
Yes.
and the world is going nuts. And I'm like, really? You were okay with all this stuff, but the second there's a female Doctor,
Mhm.
really? I feel like somehow all these bigots wandered into my fandom.
They've been there for a while, apparently. They're fine.
Yeah. And I'm just like, how are you here? You wandered into the wrong room. Please exit now.
Like, some of the most prominent gay actors in the world have worked on Doctor Who. And they're fine with that. I guess because it doesn't directly affect them. But the minute
don't-
a woman comes in to play the lead, they all
All
explode.
the whole message about acceptance that has been in the last freaking years of
Mhm.
episodes. And they're getting upset about a female doctor.
I don't know.
I'm more upset that she's not redheaded because he's wanted to be a
She-
ginger for so long.
Apparently in Broadchurch, that's where she's from. I've never seen any of the stuff she's in. She was a brunette in that, so she could have gone redhead.
So, I mean, I'm more upset about that. I'm like, geez, when are you going to finally make him a ginger? But, like, really?
I
You're
like to
upset
think
it's
the
a
war
girl?
doctor was a ginger.
I'm still going to fantasize about the female doctor. So, whatever,
Keep that
dudes.
soundbite. No, I'm kidding.
I will
But-
fantasize about every doctor ever until it's, like, somebody I'm related to. Then that's just wrong.
The other thing is the Doctor V's regeneration is dying, and that's why he's almost completely different every time.
Mm-hmm.
So why wouldn't it also entail that he could wake up? I think the first thing he said in the new series about regeneration is it's a dodgy process. He could come back with 2 heads or no head, and that leaves a lot of interpretation.
Yeah, maybe she doesn't have any sexual organs. She just has boobs and a pretty face.
Well, I don't think the Doctor has any sexual organs. That's just
Well,
me,
I mean,
though.
when I have this meme, and it's like they ask Missy, "So you're a girl? And she, like, are you male or female?" She's like, "I'm evil." They're like, "What's between your legs?" Doom.
I've seen that.
And I was like, "Ha, I like this."
I like when Capaldi addresses that, and he's like, "I think she was a girl when I first met her. I don't remember. I think I was a girl." Of course, we know he wasn't because the first Doctor and all that, but the way he counts Doctors is weird.
Yeah.
So he could have.
So basically, everybody hates the Doctor when they first show up, and then they love them. So most fans are going to be in that category.
I'd
And
say-
anybody else can just take their bigoted, sexist butt out of my fandom.
Yeah, I think they're gonna flip out more when the Doctor is black next time they regenerate.
I wish it would have been a female black actress. And I would have just been like, yes.
I only don't want that because they have a really bad track record with those actresses. Bill being the sole exception, I feel.
Yeah, I was going to say, the agree with Bill. I like Bill.
I love Bill. Bill might be my favorite companion next to Donna.
Hmm.
I don't know. I have 2 nieces, and I've tried to get her to watch Doctor Who, and she doesn't. She likes it. She asks me questions about what's going on. I'm like, I don't know.
My son's a Whovian. I'm hoping to win a David Tennant pass to the convention this weekend,
Yeah.
but I'm not mentioning the convention because I'm actually in legal proceedings because they're jerks.
That's fine.
But it's David Tennant, so
But I want to watch this with my niece, and she really liked Wonder Woman. I showed her
Mhm.
the episode Justice League where it's
Yeah.
Superman's birthday, and Wonder Woman's pretty cool in that. And she
yeah,
flipped.
I love the Justice League cartoons. My daughter loves
Yeah.
them too.
and
And
I'm
she's
hoping-
totally a DC fangirl. Her and my son were arguing DC versus Marvel, and I'm like, I have raised them correctly.
tell the lad he's right. I don't hate DC. I've been reading a lot of Superman lately, but I'm more Marvel in my heart.
I like DC. It all depends on the medium who I like better.
I think women like DC more, if I'm being honest.
Well, I like DC in select comics and cartoons, but I like Marvel movie-wise in a majority of comics.
Oh yeah, they're horrible in cartoons. I don't know what happened there. They're owned by
Yeah.
Disney now. Hopefully that'll get better.
Well, I think
someday.
it's because they sold a lot of stuff to Fox
Yeah.
or Warner Brothers, one or the other, and they've been clinging onto that for dear life.
True. See, we get off topic again. Where was I? Oh yeah, I want to watch this with my niece because I think she'll like it now. She I've been trying to get her into comics too. I bought her Squirrel Girl for her birthday.
Aww.
I think she's Lily's age actually.
I've cosplayed as
Ah.
Squirrel Girl.
I think she might want to. She didn't tell me how she liked the book yet, but I'm hoping.
They did a reboot for like the DC Supergirls type thing.
Oh, she
It's-
loves Supergirl too. I couldn't find any comics that were appropriate for her to read though. That's the problem.
that's what I'm saying. They have a whole new series now that's mostly
good,
for
yeah.
younger girls.
That's what I want, right?
I
'Cause,
forget
like,
what the Oh, I think it's just called DC Supergirls or something like that. But
Oh,
they have toys, they have comics.
I know what you're talking about now. Yeah, I bought her some of those. I bought her the Wonder Woman from that, and I think the Batgirl. She doesn't quite understand Batgirl though.
Lily, how do you feel about Supergirl?
I love her.
That's what Zay told me when I showed her Supergirl. She's like, she's amazing. She flew around the whole world.
Yeah, we watched the WB program too,
Mhm.
Supergirl. She loves it. She's
yeah.
sitting here like nodding her head like, yes.
I hadn't watched it yet, but I had a crossover with The Flash, which I did watch, and I was watching her, Zay, and I'm like, "Do you want to watch this?" And she's like, "I love Supergirl. Who's this guy?" I had to explain The Flash to her.
I won.
She asked me if Supergirl was Superman's sister. I'm like, cousin, like your cousin Raina. She's like, oh. Then she asked me. I posted this on Facebook once. Then she asked me, does Superman have a mom? I'm like, yeah.
But she's dead.
Well, no, I didn't tell her that. I told her that she lives on a farm in Kansas with his dad. And then she's like, does Wonder Woman have a mom? I'm like, yeah, she lives on an island. And then she asked me if Batman had a mom. And I'm like, yeah, she lives in a mansion.
Underground.
Yeah. I couldn't tell her. I didn't have the heart to tell her.
I'm straight up with my kids and be like, no, they're dead.
She lost a puppy very brutally when she was living on a farm, so I try not to bring up death around her.
My
Yeah.
family's faced death. You know, my dad died, and then my
Well,
grandma died recently.
I shouldn't say
So
she's handling it very badly, but like she won't. Like I tried to tell her, well, the puppy's in heaven now, and she saw it unfortunately, and she's like, no, he's
Mhm.
underground. I'm like, oh no. So I want to try to keep as much of her innocence regarding fictional characters as I can.
and then my kids are like, if grandma comes back as a zombie, are we gonna have to shoot her? And I'm like, yes.
You should read. There's actually there's something in Dr. McNinja. It's a webcomic. There's a scene like that.
There's like this funny PSA thing by Team Unicorn about if grandma resurrects during the holidays as a zombie.
Well, I mean, you have to shoot them, otherwise it'll spread. It's not like
Yeah,
they're not-
I mean, if
No.
you really love your loved ones, if they go zombie, give them mercy.
I guess you could get, unless they're Romero zombies, but I mean, you can't make that distinction right away.
Yeah, well, it's better safe than sorry. I mean, I'd rather my kids shoot me in the head than accidentally, get
Bring
bitten.
about the end of man.
Yeah, I don't really care so much about the end of man, just the end of my genetics. I like my kids have always been really oddly zombie conscious though. My daughter
Yeah, I can't
checks like the
imagine
backs
why.
of cars. I don't know. I don't watch zombie shows in
first-
front of them.
When I met you, we were going to go to a horror convention, and you told me about how you cosplayed as a zombie while you were pregnant.
Oh yeah, the pregnant zombie.
I think it's still
With
on your Facebook. I think it's
with
just
that little baby
genetically
doll.
ingrained.
It had like the little baby doll hand sticking out of my stomach. It was great.
I remember one time I was looking at Nerf guns, and they had zombie themed ones. I'm like, oh, you know what? Joe would love these.
I know. I actually got some of the zombie brand actual knives. I forget by Fubar or something like that. I don't know. But my ex took those because he's a jerk.
Oh, it's fine. You want to get Undead King.
No,
Very
we can't
nice.
kill your father.
No.
Oh gosh.
He might be
So
a
every
zombie. I
day-
don't know. You said it was a skin condition, but I'm just saying.
I know, right? Right. He looks like Deadpool because he's so gross and just like whatever.
At least Deadpool had a personality.
I know, right? Let's just put a mask over that and give you a personality.
I think we've covered everything.
I know, right? We're getting way off topic.
But I think we can wrap it up here.
Okay,
Any final
that's good.
thoughts?
Not really. People can GTFO if they don't like Doctor Who. So, I mean, everybody has their preferences. That's fine. Whatever. But don't rag on me because I have better preferences than you.
Yes, that's true. Your taste is impeccable.
My
May-
taste isn't
may I
except in
offer to
men.
anyone-
Except in men.
Well,
But I consider that for breeding purposes only.
Yes. That's another show.
Breeding
Give an
purposes
insight into your
only.
personality. But,
Okay.
okay, so I guess my final thoughts real fast. If you don't like the turn Doctor Who's taken, there's 60 years of Doctor Who you can watch. Or just watch Star Trek. Kirk
Yeah,
is
yeah,
probably more your speed. Don't watch TNG, though.
Yeah, if you need some like blatant sexism, just go ahead and watch some Kirk. You'll be fine.
Which, apparently, according to recent tweets, more accurate to the actor than we thought.
I'm not surprised.
I'm not either, to be perfectly honest.
It was too natural.
Yes.
It was too real.
Nimoy's gone. No one's here to keep him in check. So, he's going to go wild now. President Shatner. I can handle those Russians. Look at Chekhov. He was basically my pet.
Okay. Wrap up.
So thank you for listening to Robot House.
And thanks for having me for the first show I've been on.
Yeah.
Hopefully I come back again.
Oh, I'm sure you will. Hopefully next week. And then I'll introduce you to the lunatic asylum.
I've been there. They actually have really good food. Except for the one guy who was like trying to sneak in and telling us that we had to leave and everything, but they eventually got him taken care of and put pants on him.
But yeah, we'll see you all next week, ideally. And I don't know about hosting yet. I was going to put us on SoundCloud finally. I know I've been saying that for a while. But SoundCloud is going to go out of business soon. So we'll figure that out. But in the meantime, you can find us on YouTube.
You make everything go out of business. You buy me chocolates, the chocolate factory burns down.
Yeah, that was
You go on
weird.
SoundCloud, it ends.
Well, I didn't go on SoundCloud yet. That's not my fault. They just apparently don't know how to run a business. But for now, you can find us on YouTube. Please like and subscribe. And we'll see you all next week.
Bye.
Yep.